Best teams, January 2025. We got Jean Grey and Hercules showing up in the roster this month. It remains to be seen really what kind of impact they're going to have on the game. The debate is going on right now, but we know that we're going to need them for this team here, the new team, the Uncanny Avengers. This is a new Spotlight Raid team. It's something you got to have. You got to get it done. So at the bare minimum, we're going to have to invest in this team to continue to progress our accounts. If you're coming into game as a new player, this might be a good raid team to start off with. Go ahead and get your pieces together now. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. This is my new player account. This is my beginner account that we just started first of the year. So I'll be seeing what happens if I take my own advice, right? So you can play along with me. If you're a new player, make sure you subscribe. We're gonna be doing stuff like this throughout the year, kind of a pro versus noob approach. Since I have an endgame account and a new player account, we'll see how the advice we receive, how we implement it, how that affects our account from here on out. If you want to know how to track these characters down, we know we got Jean Grey and Hercules. They're coming into the game as new characters. You're going to have to buy them or wait till their free-to-play debut. However, we do have Beast at Heroes 4-6, Storm at Mystic 2-3, and then we have the Falcon in the Arena store for 500 Arena credits. The team we were working on last month is the Absolute A-Force. And at the time recording this video, I did get that last piece on Medusa, so my entire team is Gear Tier 19. How does your Absolute A-Force team look? Did you get them all free to play, or are you still working on them? When it comes to my baby account, we got them over here, right? We're starting to work on them. They're giving some of them to us for free by doing the campaigns, so make sure you do that as a newer player. Do those early campaigns, those event campaigns. They're going to give you characters for free, so take advantage of it while it's there. What kind of help are we going to get in the calendar in the month of January? Well, on the left-hand side, we got Hercules there, and he's pointing to the Hive Mind team. Hive Mind are a good raid team. They're a bio raid team. We'll have to see how long they last. We'll see if they make it through the year. We get some help there if you need them. Alpha Flight, though, on the right-hand side. So we got Jean Grey pointing to the Alpha Flight team, those three members there. If you don't have Alpha Flight, they're getting you off to a good start. You're going to need them for the Spotlight raids. They're a must-have. Get to it while you got them. The #1 game mode in Marvel Strike Force is Arena. So you want to do your best to take care of what you can to do well, to perform in Arena. The Annihilators are the best Arena team in the game right now. They're the best vanilla Arena team. People can plug some people out, like perhaps Silver Surfer there, Ultimates will take those individuals out and put in stronger characters like Odin and Mephisto, stuff like that. But the base team is what you're going to need to succeed in Arena. If you don't have that already, they're mostly farmable. So I'm still going to say this is the best team in the game right now. So here's my Arena team. So as you can see, we got 3 Annihilators, Gore, Endgame Thanos, and Gladiator. I'm also using Apocalypse and Super Skrull. I'm currently ranked 154. And as we're going to see, right, I'm kind of stymied. I don't have Mephisto. So that's going to be an issue with me pushing forward. I can't beat other Mephisto teams, but hey, we're holding on here. The water's fine, but let's take a look and see what's working at the top of my Arena shard. The guy ranked #1 right now is Wolf77. So you can see, we got the blueprint. We have Endgame Thanos, we have Gore, we have Gladiator. Those are all Annihilator members. In addition, he has Odin, Mephisto. He's holding down the #1 spot. So we see we have the framework in place. We're on the right track. If you got the Annihilators, you're going to be doing well. Guy coming in at #2 is Commander 7. We got a similar team composition. Endgame Thanos, Gore, Gladiator, and he has Mephisto and Odin. Rank #3 is Freenock. And again, we got a similar setup. He has the same characters. So again, this is the formula for success. So if you're looking to build a good Arena team, you need those Annihilators and you need those Dark Dimension characters like Odin and Mephisto to push your way to the top. So this is where I'm personally going to have a struggle. As you can see, I can beat Mr. Wizard perhaps there on the right-hand side, but most teams are going to have Mephisto as part of the lineup. I will not be able to beat those teams. It'll be very difficult. And so it is what it is, right? I'm stymied right now till I get something better, till I get Odin, perhaps. And at some point in the year, because it happens every year, a new Arena team will come out. So at that time, everything changes. It's another race to the top. I'll have another opportunity to push then. So while we were recording this video, we did indeed unlock Arena on the baby account. So we're just taking the characters that the game is giving us. We got Ironheart and Wasp. They're just giving those to you as part of the absolute A-Force. Same for Storm, Falcon. We got Beast coming up behind. I know that's Nightcrawler there, but I got Beast. He's coming up behind there. We'll still be powering up Nightcrawler. We'll see what our progress is, how we're able to climb. Let's just take a peek at the individuals who are around us. We're at the top, I should say, of this particular arena shard. Guy holding down the top spot is Noah. He is level 51, so I think I'm at level 30 when I took the picture, so not terribly far behind. And we see we got some absolute A-Force members there, and he went with Rescue. He's got Weaver, and then we got Spider-Man Noir. Number 2, we have Zulu. So again, we got Ironheart there, Beast, right? So those are 2 characters that have been reworked. And then we got Gambit. Can't go wrong with Gambit. Silver Surfer, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is always a good character. Interesting team composition, ranked 45. We'll see if I can catch up to him. In 3rd place, we have Mello. He's still part of a computer-generated strike team, right? Computer-generated alliance. So again, we're not far behind. He's ranked 39. He's level 39. If I'm level 30, we're not far behind. He has endgame Thanos though. That's a good hit. That's a good pick. That's going to serve him well in the arena. And of course, we got Ironheart. We got Wasp. So he's going after the new characters just like he's supposed to. He's doing a great job. We'll see what happens from month to month here. We'll stay tuned and see what happens. The second most important game mode in Marvel Strike Force is raids. This is where you're going to get all your ability materials and things of that nature. You need that stuff to progress. You need a team. You need an alliance to progress with that. Let's go see what's happening with raids in Marvel Strike Force right now. We know that we have a new Spotlight raid in the game. So as far as Spotlight raids go, you still need the Alpha Flight team. Not sure how difficult it's going to get at the higher end. We might still need to put a little bit more investment in this team. This is what I got on the main account right now. We'll see if it can carry us through. We got to get purple ISO now. We got to get purple ISO to get to the maximum level. We'll see if we need any more investment in this team. The second Spotlight raid team that we just got introduced into the game is the Uncanny Avengers. So once again, this is how they look on my main account. I don't have Hercules. I don't have Jean Grey. I still got to power the rest of these guys up, which I'm not going to do until I get a hold of Jean Grey, because I can't use them in the raid. I can't use them anywhere if I don't have the other 2 characters. So we're just stacking our chips right now. We'll power them up when we get a hold of Jean Grey. The rewards that we're going to be getting inside of the Spotlight raid orb, on the left-hand side, we have 3 of the Annihilator characters, and then we have, Black Panther Shuri and Hank Pym. So those are Illuminati characters. You need those guys. This is the place to get them. In the middle, it looks like now we're dropping Sentinel. So that's going to be 5 Sentinel shards for every orb, 100% of the time. So if you don't have them maxed out, just do a little math, see how many orbs you got to open to get him to 100% completion. On the right-hand side, you're going to have a smorgasbord of characters. The only reason we got Moondragon highlighted there is because she's the only member of the Astral team that's in this grouping. Otherwise, all these characters fit into one of the newer teams. If you're a veteran player, you probably already have them maxed out. So then you can just start stacking your orbs and wait for the next free-to-play release. Otherwise, keep opening them to get your characters right here that you need for the different game modes. We still need 5 raid teams to get through the traditional raid, the Orcus raid in this case. The bio section, we're using the Hive Mind. We'll see how long the Hive Mind is still viable. We expect that they'll probably get replaced at some point this year. But for the time being, we still got them. We still need them. This is the level that I'm using them at. If I pop out Venom and put in the Super Scroll, I can sim on maximum difficulty. For the Mystic section, we have the Night Stalkers. So this is the levels that I have them at right now. I cannot sim on maximum difficulty. A lot of people are popping in Mephisto, which again, he's getting no play on my account. So I got to play mine manual, which is fine. They're strong enough to get through it. I just can't sim with the power level here. I need them to get stronger. It looks like they're entering the first phase of their farmability. So they've popped up in the Battle World store. So when we get some extra Battle World credits from doing other things, you can maybe start to pick up a shard or 2 of them. So it looks like right now they go to this store, and then next month or something like that, then they'll bump down to one of the other stores, as we just saw that happen with the Orcus team. Speaking of Orcus, this is what I have right now. So this is the team that you need to get through the tech section in the Orcus raid. I can sim through with this power level. It's working out fine, but we know that they have become farmable as of this month. We have Nimrod in the Alliance War store and Omega Sentinel on Nexus Hard Mode 2.9. And again, we have the Sentinel. He was the only other member that was not farmable previously, and we were able to get him in the Spotlight Raid Orb. In the mutant section, we have the Extreme X-Men. Great team, really fun team to play with. I'm thinking this might be the oldest. I'm not sure. Perhaps it was Hive Mind. And then the Extreme X-Men as far as the two oldest raid teams we have in the game. That means this year we're going to expect at least 2 teams to be replaced. We still need a mutant team though. This is the strongest one we have, especially if you pop out Cyclops and put in Old Man Logan. We might have some other options with some of the other mutant characters that came in the game. Plug and play, mix and match, do what you can. Skill team, Spider Society. Great team, super strong. They're valuable in many game modes. They just got bumped out of the Spotlight Raid, but this has still been a great raid team, and they're a lot of fun. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video, we're talking about raids, which is group content, team content. I do have an alliance we're starting for new players. We got the information at the end of the video. When it comes to Cosmic Crucible, I'm not a really good Crucible player. As you can see here, my overall ranking for my main account is 124 and 117. It's a winning record, but you know, it's kind of close to 50-50 there. Maybe I can get some tips and tricks this year on how to get better at this particular game mode. So that's going to be reflected in my ranking here. As you can see, I'm 12,000. That's my rank, 12,156. I do believe I have the proper teams. I got the proper baseline teams. I'm just not always paying attention as how they can best be used. Best Crucible teams in the game, let's go through them. Illuminati is definitely on that list. If you're able to get Captain Britain, then the team's even better. They're strong to begin with, but with Captain Britain on the team, they are insanely powerful. Another great Crucible team is the Cabal. Great 3-piece, there's 3 villains. You can pop in 2 other villains of your choice, kind of mix and match, build the team the way you want. Again, really strong, really powerful, usually able to get ahead of people speed-wise, eliminate your opponent before sometimes they even get to take a turn. We have some questions about the Immortal X-Men. People are saying that they're a little lackluster. I know people thought that a team like this would come in a game and smash people, and that's just not going to happen, right? You have Jean Grey, who is a new character. You have to pay for her, but the other characters are old and they've been reworked. So they can't, right? It's return on investment. They can't make a team like this that only has 1 paid character stronger than teams that have other paid characters, right? That's just not right. I'm not a strong Crucible player, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I'm interested to see where they fall into the meta. They're probably not, I would say, they're not going to be at the top, but are they a solid 3rd? Are they a solid 4th? Please let me know in the comments below. Rounding out our Crucible teams is the Superior 6. They're still good, right? They still get it done. Again, they might not be the number 1, but they can still beat a lot of stuff. People still throw them in on defense. They're still usable in Crucible. They're a really good team. I still like them. And probably the 5th most important game mode in Marvel Strike Force, Alliance War. I really like Alliance War. I'm going to be trying to get better at it for sure this year. Team Superfly Turnaround. That's my main guys. That's where my main account lives. Good group of folks. 156 and 118 since we've been keeping track. Great group of people. Let me show you the top Alliance War teams in the game. The brand new, the one touted as being the best, are the absolute A-Force, and I really like this team. Right, they're still coming into the game relatively new, right? I don't have a ton of stars on them, but punching across, I pretty much have knocked out anything in the game. You're not gonna knock out an Astral, you're not gonna knock out an Alpha Flight, but for the most part, I've only had like 2 wars, so I only had 2 teams to test them against. But so far, the teams that I went against, if it's a punch across, it's been easy town. Mighty Avengers. So this is the war team, the new one with Hercules on it. Again, the investment, it's not going to be able to come in and be a number 1 team. There's only 1 paid character, and then we have a bunch of rework characters. They can't just drop it in and be like the absolute A-Force, right? But Alliance War is one of the game modes that has the most longevity, and I think this team's going to be good. I'm going to power them up. I'm going to invest in them. I got to work on the raid team first, and then I'm going to switch over here to the war team. I know that they have value, right? I know that they're going to be able to beat teams. They're not going to beat the biggest, baddest, and the best. But again, if they can slide in as a number 5, right? If they all of a sudden can jump in as your number 5 best team, I think that's good, right? You need 10 to 12 teams to be effective in Alliance War on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll have to see how it goes. I won't be able to give an accurate description until we get Hercules. We'll see what happens then. We have the Undying team, very strong war team. I don't get down on zombies and stuff like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I'll be going in. This will help me with the Mighty Avengers, right? The Mighty Avengers will help, but the Undying team is a very strong war team. Mercs for Money. Mercs for Money, again, still an amazing war team. It's really good. I'm really happy that they put this team together. Old Man Logan, he's great. Deadpool's always fun. Panda Pool fun. Great team. Out of Time, still a team that we're using. Still a team I'm using on Alliance War offense to get rid of some of the stronger teams like Orcus or Night Stalkers. Black Knight, they're giving them to you for free if you don't have them already. If you max out your Mr. Negative, then they're just starting to give you 5 Black Knight shards and a free claim every day. So if you're a newer player, after you get your Mr. Negative done, they're going to just start handing you Black Knight shards. We have to mention the Astral team. They are meant for Battle World. They definitely have war stats, and they pretty much flipped into a war team, made adjustments to them so they're a good war team. I see them a lot on defense. I don't know how they do on the offensive side. They're just kind of in limbo right now. I mean, they're decent. They're good. They work. They're strong in war, and people are finding use for the Shadow King in other areas of the game. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this team in the future. Not too shabby, right? Team Superfly turned around, the Turn Around crew. Ranked 81 overall when it comes to Alliance War and the war season. We take war pretty serious. If I can get better, then we can do better with the Alliance. So I'm working on myself to see what I can do to help us win. We'll take a look at our mythic and legendary character progress. So as you can see, I do have Mephisto unlocked, but the devil gets no play on my channel. So he's sitting on the roster down there at level 1, right next to his buddy Dormammu. Odin is what I'm going after right now. Odin is what I'm going after, but it's difficult because the nodes are meant for you to have Mephisto. So we've made it to the 3rd from the end in Dark Dimension 8. Without Mephisto though, there's days when I literally log in and all the enemies get to take a turn and just wipe me out. I don't get to take a turn because Mephisto stops that turn meter. But again, I don't have him, not gonna have him. We'll be chewing our way through. Odin will be on my team at some point. Legendary characters. So for most of us as endgame players, legendary characters aren't difficult to get, right? It's just a matter of how strong, what level of character will you get. We got the Shadow King down there. I just got him at the 5 stars. His event's coming back, so we'll see if we can do better next time. If you need an alliance that you can grow with, come hang out with us in the No Cap cluster, right? So all the alliances there are independently ran. They're their own thing. There's no feeder system. So if you have an alliance and you just want to belong to a cluster to help get more recruits, come on in. We can talk about that merger, right? If you have an alliance cluster yourself, come on in. We talk about some mergers. We do that all the time. Here's some of the top alliances. You see the ones there in green that got openings. So we have a couple of top alliances that have openings when it comes to the end game content. Here's a couple more. You're starting to lean a little bit more into the casual, which is fine. But these are all end game alliances. The green ones there have openings. A few more, as you can see up at the top, those are still end game. And then as we come into the Vendetta right there, so they're doing the Orcus, the standard Orcus. So that's the lesser one. So they're probably I'm guessing that they're probably a more casual alliance. So if you want some end game content at a more casual pace, they got some openings there as well. If you are a new player, we do have a new No Cap alliance strictly for new players, No Cap Motivation. So I'm in there, Wapo's in there. It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun time. We just started these accounts. We just opened the alliance. So there's only 2 people in there. Space is available. Come on in. If you need a little bit more than that, we have the Avengers of No Cap. They're doing some ultimates. They jump into Incursion a couple times a week. And a little bit farther than that, we got Midnight Sun. So we have some early game alliances open. So I urge you to come in and apply. Look, if you get there and my alliance is closed up, feel free to start a new alliance. I will help you, right? I will help you. New people need a place to come and grow. No Cap Cluster is a good spot for that. A lot of people to help work it out. It's not hard to run an alliance if you're running on the casual side, right? If you want to be hardcore, that's a different thing. But come on in, start your own alliance. If we're already filled up, I will help you. We can work together. We'll make sure you get recruits. It'll be a good time. We can compare notes and see how things are going on the new player side of things. In the meantime, I got these 4 Jean Grey pictures. Go ahead and check them out. Let me know which one do you think is the best. Number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right, 2025 Marvel Strike Force really off to a good start. I'm curious to hear about where you think this game is going. Can't wait for Professor X. He's coming to the game this year. And hey man, if you haven't checked this video out right here, please do so. It's a doozy.